Hello friends, welcome back to our little coffee club. Let me start by explaining that this is the second time that I try filming the beginning of this video. As you guys know, this is the third review that I'm doing on the September coffees. This is the last one that I still haven't reviewed, the candy flower. You guys gonna see here later on in the video where I'm talking about the coffee and the name is covered up. Okay, so I did remember this time to have my wife cover up the name. I also flipped the little card around so there wouldn't be any chance of me like actually seeing the tasting notes before guessing at them. Now, what happened to the first clip that I filmed, I actually lost the clip. I lost two clips. The opening clip, like I'm filming right now, where I start talking to you guys about what's gonna happen here, the review of this coffee. And then we go over to the other counter and I actually brewed it as a pour over. Both of those clips, I lost them. Now, I think what happened is that when I went to save them on my computer, I put them in the wrong folder somehow, because I know I recorded them and I even remember watching it back. So I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm having to re-record this part because I lost those two clips. You're gonna see, if you would have seen the clip when I'm actually brewing the coffee, you would have seen that I messed up. I actually, after I rinsed the paper and I pour the water in to, rinse the paper and heat up the carafe. After that, I always put the water from the carafe into the glass so that the glass can start getting hot. But this one time I forgot to do that and I started to do the pour over and I ended up with the wrong ratio, right? I had too much water for the amount of coffee that I ground. I noticed pretty much right away because when I finished filming that and I finished brewing the coffee, I stopped the camera and then I went off to the side to dump the coffee grounds and rinse my brewer and all that stuff. As soon as I took the grounds off the brewer, I saw that the amount of coffee in the carafe was just too much. I make coffee like this every single morning, so I knew, like, wait a minute, there's too much coffee here. I look over to the glass and sure enough, the glass didn't have the water in it, so right away I know, right? So I explain all of this in the clip you are going to see here. I only lost, like I said, the beginning of the video, so that's why I'm re-recording this to explain. So what happened, I had the wrong ratio, right? So I brewed the coffee the next following day, and that's where in this, that's gonna be the next clip following this one, okay? It was the next day after I brewed the coffee again with the correct ratio. And I just wanted to grab a clip for you guys showing you that I did not forget to empty out the carafe and brew the coffee again. So when I'm actually reviewing the coffee in the video, it was the second time I brewed it and it had the correct ratio and everything was fine. So the rest of the video you will see. Also, this is a video that I had to end up splitting up. It got too long. I think when I do these coffee reviews now that we do a pour over, we do espresso, for the most part, I'm probably gonna record it in two parts. If it ends up being somewhat short, maybe I still put it together, but all these videos are always ending up like super long, and I don't mind filming them like that because I film them like that anyway. I film the whole hour-long brew session or whatever it is. But the thing is, when it comes time to editing, editing like an hour-long video is not a whole bunch of fun for me. So I think I'd rather split it up into and some people had actually suggested that already from the get-go. So I'm gonna probably just end up splitting them up to where I'm doing the pour over and I'm doing the espresso portion and do it in two separate videos. You might notice that my voice sounds maybe a little bit different because I just got over having a cold and my voice still hasn't recovered completely. But all right, so I think that gives you enough understanding. So when we cut from here, okay, you're gonna see me going through the process the second time. Okay, this was the next day, and I'll explain the rest in the clip to follow, so you'll understand what happened and why I didn't do my review. Well, you'll see, you'll understand everything. So let's just continue. Let's go to the other counter and you guys will see me actually when I was getting ready to brew this coffee for the second time, and you'll see my initial thoughts when I tasted the coffee and all of that. Now the espresso portion of it will be next week, so join us here in our little coffee club. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a like and all that good stuff. and come back next week so that you can see me tasting this for the very first time as espresso. So for now, let's go to the other counter and so you could see the rest of the story here and what it is that happened. All right, here you see how I didn't forget this time. All right, and now we're gonna start over again. Okay. Tear the scale. We're even gonna check the retention again. Same way, same exact process like yesterday. Okay. Okay, we got everything. Let me show you. Here you see it, 19.9, but it was bouncing between 19.9 and 20. I emptied out into the cup. The cup is getting hot, everything's warmed up, and we're gonna brew again. Same exact process, okay, just the next day. Sorry about that. Okay, tear the scale again. We're at 0, start the time, and we put the cup off to the side a little bit. Okay, start the time. All right. Same water temperature, same everything. First 50 grams, circle pour. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the same process. Just do it right this time. And then we'll keep going here on the video. There's no need for me to record the whole thing. You guys saw the whole process already. All right, I know what you're thinking right about now. If you were paying attention to the video, you saw that I forgot to empty out the carafe into the glass before starting to brew. So I started brewing into the water that was already in the carafe, so obviously my brew ratio was off. But my first intuition was to just dump it out and re-record the clip, right? So as much as I would hate to do that, but I went to dump it out and I was like, wait a minute, I can't do that before tasting it. So I served myself some coffee. I'll keep explaining in a second. Let me swirl this, serve it, and give it the first taste test. All right, let's see. All right, we'll talk about it in a second. But it now is the next day. Okay, it is the next day. I brewed it again. As you could see from the clip, I brewed the coffee again. I did not forget to empty it this time. The same exact process. It took the same amount of time to draw down. Everything was exactly the same grind size, same water temperature, same everything. So there was no need of recording the whole process. You guys already saw it. And the clip was nice. It's just, I forgot to empty the carafe. So, my first intuition was just to throw out the coffee, re-record the clip. But I told myself, you know what? I can't do that. Wait a minute, I gotta taste this first. So I served the coffee, I tasted it, and after tasting the coffee, I was like, wow, this is too good to just throw it out. And as a bonus, I have more of it today. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just enjoy this. I make coffee every single morning. I'll pick up the camera tomorrow and I'll just keep going tomorrow. What's the big deal, right? No harm done. I can't also review it this way because it would be unfair. It's not my normal process. It's not what I'm expecting. Ratio is off. I can't do that to September. So I'll pick up the camera tomorrow and just make it again and record the rest of the video. And that's what we're doing. So, but you know what? The coffee yesterday. All right. Let me taste this again because now that it's hot, I want to see how it develops as it cools down. So. Wow. Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, so yesterday, if I would not have known, and when did I notice? I noticed right away. As soon as I took the carafe off to the side, I took the brewer off of it, and I emptied the coffee grounds. I looked at the carafe and I'm like, wait a minute, there's too much coffee in there. I make coffee every single morning, It wasn't a lot more, but I could see it was different. Then I look over to the cup. I saw it didn't have the water in it. Dang, I forgot to empty the carafe into the cup. So, but then I tasted it and I thought it was just too good to go to waste. I'm gonna drink this coffee. I'll record tomorrow. And that's what we're doing. So the coffee yesterday, if I would not have known that the ratio was off, right? And it was more diluted. I would have said that I really liked it. I liked it, very sweet, but I wanted more. I want more intensity. That's if I would have, obviously I knew that it was because it had more water, but if I would not have known that, I would have said, it just needs more intensity. And then my intuition would have led me to grind finer, maybe brew it a little bit hotter, maybe longer contact time with the water, extend the brew time. And that would have been off because really what I need to do is fix the ratio. And that's what we've done here. And let's give it another taste and then we're gonna start talking about it. Man, I gotta say, September, it just knocked it out of the park. All of these coffees have been great. This one, I gotta say, this one's really good as well, but the taste profile is not exactly what I like. I like more like these two. These two are sweeter. This one's gonna have a little more brightness and acidity. This have it as well, but it's just more, to me, more balanced. It's just sweeter coffees, balances out the acidity better. And to me, these two just work better for me. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it in the first clip, I think I did. But remember, this one we covered up so that we don't know the tasting notes. We're gonna guess. We're gonna guess here. In a few seconds, I'm gonna be pulling a shot of espresso. And I see my machine timed out. Let me restart it. With that nice smooth lever that we just lubricated. All right, so other than Good Brothers that usually knocks it out of the park, I really love their stuff. I have to say, most of the time when I order from a roaster and I order, usually I'll get enough bags to make the shipping free. Usually they have some kind of deal where you spend X amount of dollars or you get X amount of bags and you get free shipping. It usually ends up being at least 2 coffees, 3 coffees, and usually there's a one standout And then the others are, not exactly, but wow, September, I gotta say this one for me, it's a little bit lower down the scale, but these two are just really good. Really good, man. And all three of them are really good, but, and you get, somebody else does this and they might like this one best because it just depends what you're looking for. Wow. These two have had more depth of flavor as well, to me. There's just more there. It just, the flavors keep going into that sweetness and you get a little bit more. And we're always looking for that little bit extra, right? We're looking for that little extra edge. These two definitely have it for me. Okay. Let's first talk about the aroma, because this last one, I gotta say, from when you open the bag and you smell the coffee, had the most. To me, I found the scent to be just sweet. There's a sweetness to it, to the scent. And the first thing that came to mind was a maple donut. I don't know if you guys ever had that. Usually they pair it with bacon. I don't like the bacon. Remove the bacon, eat the maple donut. Just very sweet, maybe like a caramel, sugar, just the sugar, just sweetness. There's a lot of sweetness to it, and I don't know, I have no idea what to expect and what to see on the tasting notes. But right off the bat, this coffee is very sweet. There's a lot to it. There's a fruitiness. I would not call it citrus. There is a small level of tartness and acidity. What is it? Well, I think this is the sweetest one of the three. The red plum is still better, in my opinion. This one's still better. This thing is just outrageous to me. For sure, this one's still the best, okay? But there's something to this one as well. Very sweet. I love it. It's there's like a caramel in there. Again, some kind of pastry to me, man. It's just I don't like, now I can't get that donut thing out of my. Some fruity, it says some fruity or coffee. I wouldn't exactly call it berries, unless it's some of the sweeter ones, like we've talked about before. Like the blackberry and the red raspberries tend to be very sweet. All right, that's what I have to say. Let's take a look and see what the tasting notes are. Well, all I gotta say is that this one is just awesome. That's why I froze 100 grams, and in January we'll do a comparison of the best of for 2023, and this will be in there for sure. Now I'm wondering if I should freeze some of this one too, because wow, this is really good. Excellent. Let's take a look. All right, so we turned the little card around. All right, let me say right off the bat that from the tasting notes, I got the caramel. I said there's a little bit of maybe caramel or sugar. There's a sweetness. It says delicate florals, maybe in the aroma could be something like that, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm just getting like a lot of sweetness. And then I'm gonna put it here on the screen because I'm not sure how to say the word, but all right, you'll see it here, something lemon. Okay, so mayor, maybe? I hope I said that right. So the very first tasting note here is a citrus. And to me, I'm not getting that at all. It's very sweet. How did they get lemon? I said there is acidity. There is acidity here. But man, I would not attribute this to lemon at all. No, I would not attribute this to lemon. It's just too sweet to be lemon. I have had coffees that they are sweet and they have the how do you call that? They have the acidity, but then you get that little extra, like if they give it a little squeeze of lemon on top. And that's what I would expect to see here, and I'm not getting that at all. So this Mayer lemon, not for me. Delicate florals, maybe so, but it would be like in the aroma or maybe something that I don't know how to recognize just yet. And then it says peach and caramel. Okay, so it's Mayer lemon, delicate florals, peach and caramel. Okay, the sweetness, the fruitiness that I was getting, maybe we could say that's attributed to the peach. Would I have guessed peach? No, or I would have guessed. No, but there's definitely a fruitier coffee, very sweet. Peaches are, to me, they're pretty sweet. They're a pretty sweet fruit. And then the caramel. So I definitely see it. And you know how sometimes I say like that salted caramel. This one's not that. It's not that savory kind of, no. This is just, I would say, just sweet caramel flavor. And I agree with the peach. The lemon squeeze on top of this, definitely not. And the florals, maybe it's just something I don't know how to recognize. Sometimes I have tasted coffees that are very tea-like the geisha that I had from Good Brothers, that you could really taste like the rose petals. I was so surprised. Maybe that one I would have said florals, right? That's the only one I've ever gotten that I recognized something like that. But wow, regardless, excellent. Let's say, so what do I score myself on this one? I don't know, like a 40%? I would say less than half, but I got something right. Oh, let's see what they call this one. Let's see what they call it. And my wife did a great job of taping this up. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my bag. Okay, let's see. Also, this is the one that said espresso. Remember I said this one from all the three, I think it's a little bit darker than the other ones. And I'm gonna say that at least I assessed that correctly for sure. From the three, I did think this one was a little bit darker. Usually when you see espresso, means they developed it a little bit more, it's a little bit darker. I wonder what I'm gonna get from the espresso. Okay, so Shelbisa. What is Shelbisa? Okay, let's read the whole little card, because I'm not gonna start guessing at all this stuff. Maybe I can take a picture of the little card and put it on the screen, so you guys could see with me. But they got the tasting notes, and then it says the processing is just washed. You know, there's a lot of flavor. For some reason, with the September, even with the washed coffees, you know, well, I did, you know, I have gotten some good washed coffees that have a lot of flavor as well. They're not always very tea-like and very, you know, this one definitely has a lot of flavor. You know, I would not be surprised if I saw that this was processed in some way. But it says processing is just washed. Okay, washing station. I didn't know that washing stations, there was such diversity. So, washing station. Shelbisa Danshi. Again, I'm gonna put a picture of the card for you guys because, okay, mill owner. Okay, another name I can't say. Variety. Dega. Wally. Okay, we'll just keep going. Altitude. And again, then MASL. What is the MASL? Somebody please help me out. I imagine it's gotta be meters, because feet they only use here in the United States, and I have no idea why. So, all right, 1950 to 2100 MASL. Region, Gideo. Okay. Again, it's Ethiopia, so it's a region there. Country, Ethiopia. Importer, Apex. Farm gate, 70. Okay, now they get into the pricing and all that kind of stuff. And then the roasting level at the bottom, they say medium to light. So I agree with all of that. So candy flour, they call this one candy flour, Ethiopia espresso. And wow, I gotta say, you're gonna get a lot. Now look on the back here, the first tasting note is peach, not the Mayer lemon. So maybe the order in which they put them doesn't matter. I would think so. The most prevalent ones would be up front. But so here, peach, and that's more in line with what I'm getting. A sweet fruit, you know, I got a little bit of the caramel. There definitely has the acidity, but it just doesn't taste like a citrusy coffee like I've had before. So don't sleep on this one for sure. I mean, this is definitely a must try. You guys gotta try this. And then this one, if you're gonna get enough to get the free shipping, I think I had to get 3 bags. So just go for it. You might as well get the 3. I wonder what you guys think about this one that I put in last place. I guarantee you somebody out there will have this one as first place. So let me finish this. It's a great coffee. I'm really hyped up today. I don't know. I just barely started drinking it. But wow. And you know what? Yesterday's experience, you know, it did taste a bit different. Not only, maybe I need to experiment more with the ratios, because I keep going to this 1 to 15 on my pour overs, because again, I like the intensity. I like to have a lot of flavor. But you know, yesterday showed me a little bit more tea-like qualities, and I said I'm okay with that as well. Okay, I'm okay with a more tea-like coffee. Maybe I need to experiment a little bit more, but why would I? Every time I make something like this and it is like this, I'm just like blown away. I'm like, man, yeah, you're not gonna get anything like this out there. And maybe in a specialty shop that they know what they're doing, maybe, but you're not gonna get coffee like this in any restaurant or any, I can't imagine. I just can't, I can't even, I never have. You know, the florals and the lemon, I'm saying it's more on the, maybe on the scent, but there's just a lot of sweetness. So how would, I don't know. Let me finish this and I'll meet you guys at the other counter for some espresso. All right, one more clip. I want to get one more clip because I was thinking, and you know, I think I have so many clips here already that I'm gonna have to split this video up. So if you're seeing this clip, it's because I split the video up. So you'll see this week we'll do the pour over. Next week I'll catch up with you guys and show you guys what went on with the espresso, because I think this video is gonna get too long again and I'll just end up splitting it up. So if I split it up, then I hope you guys brewed something tasty with me here. I hope I was able to keep you company for a little while. You know, you guys know that I appreciate you a whole bunch, and the interaction between us is really what makes it worth it for me. Filming myself making coffee every week is like, what's the point? But you know, the chit-chatting and you know, everything that we have going on, whether it's on Instagram or here below in the comments, that's the reason why I keep making the videos. So please leave me a comment below, even if it's just to say hello. I know John, I really appreciate you. Every time John leaves me like a thumbs up or hello or something. You know, I know you guys are out there, you're busy. Some of you guys, you know, English is not your first language, and then you guys maybe, I don't know how you guys do it, but thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Carrie, I can always, my #1 fan, I can always count on you. Wojtek, New Force Explorer, and you know, just many others. You guys always leave me comments, thumbs up, and you know, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel just yet, help us out by subscribing. We're trying to reach 1,000 so we can maybe do some lives here and there, do some extra videos for you guys. So yeah, leave me a comment below, and you know, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this, and then I'm gonna still make the espresso, record the rest of the video. I'm just gonna have to split up the clips and make it into 2 videos and catch up with you guys next week with the espresso portion. So anyway, cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week.